Ann Arbor cements its status as a tech hub to watch with first unicorn. Last month, an Arbor-based startup Duo Security announced that it had raised a new $70 million round, valuing the company at $1.17 billion. That made Duo Security, which creates a two-factor authentication app for enterprise companies, the first unicorn company in Ann Arbor, and its $70 million Series D the largest round of venture capital raised by any company in Michigan history. Duo Security's fresh round of funding is just one in a number of positive signs of growth for Ann Arbor. According to the Michigan Venture Capital Association, the Ann Arbor area is home to the densest concentration of startups in the state of Michigan, 49 out of 141 of the state's venture-backed startups. And in the last 3 years, the number of companies in Ann Arbor receiving venture capital funding has grown by 32%, while there has been a 40% increase in the amount of venture capital invested in the Ann Arbor area. We're really seeing that a lot of this growth is not happening in a lot of other places, and I think entrepreneurs and investors are really taking notice of the opportunity to grow at a company in Michigan and Ann Arbor specifically. Emily Hines, an associate director at the MVCA, told VentureBeat in a phone interview. Ann Arbor has a natural advantage in the University of Michigan, a university with a total enrollment of more than 45,000. Additionally, the University of Michigan's engineering program has been consistently ranked as one of the top programs in the country, according to U.S. News & World Report's annual rankings. But that flush of engineering graduates hasn't always translated into a robust startup scene. In 2005, a group of investors and city leaders, including current Michigan Governor Rick Snyder, at the time an Ann Arbor-based venture capitalist, launched Spark, a nonprofit economic development firm, in a bid to take more of the talent and technology coming out of the University of Michigan and funnel that into startup development. This was a region that had tremendous research capabilities and the potential to drive the economy with new technologies that could create new companies and jobs, but wasn't performing at the level you would expect. Paul Krutko, president and CEO of Spark since 2011, told VentureBeat in a phone interview. Spark has a number of programs to help startups scale in Ann Arbor, including an accelerator program to help aspiring entrepreneurs get their ideas off the ground, and a multi-week boot camp for early-stage companies. But Spark's incubator program is uniquely designed and startups can remain in the program for 2 to 3 years. Companies sign an initial 1-year lease for space in one of Spark's 2 campuses, with the option to renew. Krutko says that this helps solve the problem that many growing startups in Ann Arbor face, a lack of available office space. With a population of just over 120,000, startups don't have much office available to them, and many of them want to stay downtown in trendy mixed-use developments. Ann Arbor has also benefited from a high concentration of venture capital firms in comparison to other cities of its size. 55% of Michigan's VC firms are located in Ann Arbor. In 2003, Michigan directed the creation of a government-backed Venture Michigan Fund to provide capital to early-stage startups. The $95 Venture Michigan I Fund, launched in 2006, provided capital to 3 Ann Arbor venture capital firms in addition to a handful of others both inside and outside the state. The state also launched a second, $120 million venture fund in 2011. Other startups that have helped put Ann Arbor on investors' radars include Lamasoft, which TPG Capital acquired a majority stake of in June, and FarmLogs, founded in 2011 and an alumnus of eCombinator. FarmLogs, which provides crop management software to farmers, has raised approximately $37 million in venture capital. Jesse Vollmer, co-founder and CEO of FarmLogs, told VentureBeat in a phone interview earlier this year that he and his co-founder decided to return to Ann Arbor after their stint in Mountain View to be closer to the majority of their customers, as well as to recruit from the University of Michigan. All of the growth in Ann Arbor does present some challenges, however. The MVCA estimates that Michigan startups will need $504 million in additional venture capital in order to adequately grow over the next 2 years. And the city's talent pool is stretching thin for some startups, particularly those that are smaller players in Ann Arbor. We have a unique situation where we can draw from an amazing talent pool in I don't want to say unfettered way, but it's certainly the case that we're increasingly a bigger fish here.